Hello, folks. This is Freedom Fighter, and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News, your daily podcast on the facts, no fiction, on the RV GCR. Today is Monday, August the 5th, 2024. I just finished my morning brief with Goldilocks. You may be alarmed by the markets, the appearance of a crash and recession and so forth and so on. This is a amazing time to be alive as we witnessed the shift. We are witnessing a shift that is truly in our favor. Nothing is by coincidence. Everything has a purpose. The articles that Goldilocks have shared this morning for this podcast are going to prove it to you. Absolutely 100%. Let's jump right into it. We're going to talk about Venezuela. You all know with Venezuela and their election, much turmoil and confusion. But we're going to see how it ultimately is in the best interest of Venezuela, the world, and you, every last one of you on this call as well. We're going to talk about Russia as well and the BRICS. And we're going to talk about potential global panic that actually is also, of course, ultimately in our favor. Let's jump right into it. Venezuela could transfer the development rights to its vast oil and gas fields that are currently operated by American energy companies to entities from BRICS nations. President Nicolas Maduro warned on Friday during a press conference in Caracas, Venezuela. Venezuela once one of the wealthiest countries in Latin America and South America, especially between the 1950s and the 1980s. Due to poor leadership and bad decisions from their leadership, Venezuela fell into chaos and decay. They know what it's like to have bad geopolitical relationships within their country and what it can do to their economy. This article that Goldilocks has shared is quoted as saying earlier this week, Venezuelan Foreign Minister Ivan Gil Pinto confirmed that Maduro had received an invitation to take part in the BRICS summit scheduled for October this year in the Russian city of Kazan. Let's take a look at what could happen if Venezuela turns to the BRICS nations for support through development rights in their oil sector with current U.S. occupying companies. Venezuela owns their oil, but it is the U.S. occupying companies that is drilling it for them. We are looking at a possible loyalty shift in Venezuela's oil sector. Chevron is the only American oil company that is drilling in Venezuela at this present time. If Venezuela moves in the direction of shifting their development rights for their oil, this changes the landscape and pricing events for their economy and their currency values, which also, guess what, affects anyone that holds the Venezuelan currency, the Bolivar. Venezuela has the largest gold reserves in Latin America with 161.22 metric tons as of March 2024. It just so happens to be one of the requirements of the BRICS nations in joining their union. Development rights can also be used to support growth in some areas while conserving natural areas. For example, land trusts can hold development rights that would damage a property's agricultural productivity or health. A land trust is a legal entity that manages real estate assets and property on behalf of the owner. If the landowner then tries to develop the land trust can take legal action to prevent it. This gives Venezuela back control in pricing values of their own oil as an asset. Bye-bye sanctions, Goldilocks says, and their currency, Venezuela's currency, the Bolivar, will rise and fall in correlation with the price of oil through supply and demand. Every country's currency, supply and demand, folks, determines their true and real value. Of course, with commodities in a country's commodities and assets such as gold, silver, precious metals, and so forth will back those currencies, and with stable coins to stabilize the value. Goldilocks says we are coming in to the end of a long bear market, meaning a down market. It may not have looked that way to most people, but it has been a long road. We have not seen it because of all the money that has been placed into the markets to keep it up and going. This has caused a long period of stagflation. So folks, when you hear bear market, the bear market means it's going down, bull market is going up. So when Goldilocks says we are coming to an end of a long bear market, even though we see what the markets are doing today, with it being down, it's normal. It's a part of the process. Stay grounded. It has come with a cost, Goldilocks says. We have accumulated more debt to hold our markets into a position that will soon benefit us all. Towards the middle to the end of September, we can expect a pivot from the Feds. There's a huge expectation for many of us in the trading world that the Feds will lower interest rates. This will add fuel to the commodities market. What that means is this will add strength, power. This will add fuel into the commodities market. What will back all of our currencies in the countries of which we have those currencies? Commodities. Gold is a commodity. Silver, all various precious metals, agricultural products are commodities. And this is the pumping up period. This does not mean that volatility will be over at that time, but it does mean our gold and other assets will be freed enough to give support to our markets that are currently in transition. At that point, gold will begin to build a bridge. Gold will begin to build a bridge. Gold will begin to build a bridge to our new economy, providing liquidity, providing cash flow to the new digital asset-based trading system. So what Goldilocks is saying is gold will provide the bridge to our quantum financial system. Just know we are all in this together, and we will make it to the other side. Hold on to your faith, hope, and love most of all, for you will need and caring for those who will need your support. Now, the Shanghai Exchange Corporation and Russia are working on a BRICS payment system. Folks, it is the payment systems that actually is the backbone of the quantum financial system, the new QFS, because the payment systems is how our exchanges will flow through the new digital economy, through the quantum financial system, and also how our commodities and assets such as gold, silver, and precious metals will move through the quantum financial system, backing our currencies with those commodities. So this new international digital payment system is expected to be discussed at the BRICS Summit in October, on October the 22nd through the 24th of this year. After discussions during the summit, Russia, in cooperation with a Shanghai corporation, will begin the implementation process of moving the trading world into a new payment system. Remember, this is over 80% of trade that takes place around the world on the water, and it has the power to influence exchange rates. Folks, the BRICS, what Goldilocks is referring to, this will account for 80% of the trade around the world. The BRICS nations consist of 80% of the trade around the world. Think of the power shift. Many countries are already beginning to join the BRICS nations as trading partners, utilizing a gold standard in trade to level the playing field. Other countries will be added as we go along. This is expected to change the global financial system in a profound way, especially in the area of currency valuations being traded locally instead of through the dollar as the world reserve asset. Folks, you may not realize the dollar, the US dollar, was the world reserve asset. Every country around the world had to bow down to the US dollar in their countries, whatever they did trade. No matter if it was goods and services, if it was trading car parts on the water to another country, whether it was cars itself, whether it was oil, whether it was gold, whether it was silver, no matter what that product was, it had to be settled in US dollars. But Goldilocks is sharing. This shift is expected to change the global financial system in a profound way, especially in the area of currency valuations, meaning especially in the area of our currencies around the world that we hold. They now will take power back by those countries utilizing their own currencies versus using the US dollar. And as they use their own currencies, supply and demand will create greater values on those currencies. And as a result, the currencies that many of us hold will benefit from the values of those currencies increasing. From that point on, Goldilocks says, we can expect changes to begin processing themselves as the BRICS nations begin to mobilize their new payment system. Goldilocks says, I am not calling an RV date at this time, but I will say that price pressures on new currencies being utilized on the market will begin to show signs of new movement. So you must, and we must, watch the water. Now, Goldilocks goes into the current events in the economy. It looks like the meltdown of our economy has begun. The lowering of interest rates will send us into a recession, but it will activate the commodities sector of the market to balance the losses in the stock market. It looks like the meltdown of our economy has begun. The lowering of interest rates will send us into a recession. However, Goldilocks says it will activate the commodity sector of the market to balance the losses in the stock market. Again, what will back our currencies that we hold, all currencies around the world? The commodities of each nation. So the commodities of each nation and their currencies. We are seeing definite signs that the beginning stages of the bull market, which is the market of increasing and moving up, we are witnessing the bull market in our commodity sector of the market has begun to bridge our move into our new digital economy. So we're seeing the bridge between the bear down and the bull up. The bridge that will take us to the other side, folks. We may see an early move to lower interest rates from the Fed's emergency meeting today. We will see. If we do, stay tuned for new developments. Goldilocks shares all the facts and the articles provided. Stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss your daily updates on the RV as they develop. Much is developing now you don't want to miss. Tune in every day to Goldilocks Global Banking News. We love you. We appreciate you. We care for you deeply. Share some unconditional love, and we will continue to share it with you. Be well. Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.